Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger from SacredSoulEmpowerment.com. Here to do your weekly angel card reading for Monday, October 2nd through Sunday, October 8th, 2017. So this brings us fully into the first full week of the month of October. So if you haven't already seen the monthly angel card reading, it's up and on my YouTube channel. So make sure to tune in for the October energies as a whole. So for this weekly angel card reading, we're going to be using the Fairy Tarot deck by Doreen Virtue for the main message for everyone. And depending on your stone of choice for this week, your special message card is going to be coming from the Messages from Your Angels Divination deck by Doreen Virtue. So let's start by looking at the stones of choice so you can make that decision early on in this video. The first stone of choice is malachite. Now malachite, this one's a deep dark green stone. It comes in various shades of green, but this malachite relates to the heart chakra. It's a powerful stone of transformation and protection and healing. So again, relating to that heart chakra of healing old emotional wounds, letting go of emotional karma, or again, healing old relationships. This is a stone that is also very helpful with energies of abundance and prosperity, and all vary in different ways, which can bring in, support in your life or blessings in your life. But this stone especially is good for that healing of the physical and emotional. All right, and then your second stone of choice is citrine. Citrine is this beautiful golden yellow stone, sometimes has an orange tint to it, as this one does at the point here. But it relates to the solar plexus chakra, which is your center of personal power. This is where we empower ourselves, or where we feel confident in ourselves and take kind of that leadership, willpower sort of energy and put it towards our goals and what it is that we're working towards in our life. This also has a connection to abundance and prosperity energies as well. And it's a stone that helps to release lower negative vibrations. It sort of transmutes those lower negative vibrations into more a positive, joyous, optimistic kind of feeling. And then your last stone of choice is carnelian. And carnelian is a stone that relates to the sacral chakra. The sacral chakra is our chakra of creative self-expression. It's also our chakra that deals with passion and sensuality. So, this can be about working on creative projects. So if you're a creative person and you feel like you need that little bit of extra support, or again, if you've kind of lost your passion for life, or passion even in a relationship, this can help to activate that passion energy as well. This also is going to be, again, that energy of sort of relating to the Kundalini energy, that sexual energy, which kind of relates to the passion, but that can be looked at in a lot of various ways. It's kind of just an activator energy. Again, it goes to that having passion and reactivating the sense of passion for your life and of living and of being and of experiencing. So again, your stones of choice for the week are the malachite, the citrine, and the carnelian. So let's start by talking about the astrology for the week. On Tuesday, the 3rd of October, we have Venus, the planet that rules relationships and partnerships and also rules money and finances. It's in the sign of Virgo right now, and it's going to make a positive connection to Pluto. Now, Pluto, as we know, is a planet, a very powerful planet about death and rebirth and transformation and regeneration. And again, this idea of empowerment. So Venus trining Pluto, this can be bringing up things within our own sense of self-worth and self-image to where we're feeling more empowered. It might take a little bit of extra work because Venus is in Virgo, and Virgo tends to be a little bit hard on themselves. But again, this is a positive connection to Pluto. So I think we're moving into a more empowered state within ourselves, within relationships, and again, even within projects or career path that might be related to money and finances because of that Venus connection and what it rules. On Thursday, the 5th of October, Venus moves forward past its positive connection to Pluto, and now it connects with Mars and Virgo. So they're both in the sign of Virgo, and they're both coming together on Thursday. Now Mars rules energy. It rules our physical energy as well as our forward moving momentum type of energy towards things. And you know, it also rules the masculine principle. So what's coming in here is Venus rules the feminine and Mars rules the masculine. And this can definitely be about relationship as well, with Mars and Venus coming together. But now it's the sign of Virgo. So I feel like we're working towards something. Like if we're in a relationship, and this is relationship oriented, and it could in fact be a business relationship, but we're working towards something with Virgo. It could be working towards understanding one another better. It could be working towards goals together, working on a project together. It could be working on ironing out differences, you know, but I feel like we're coming together again and we're working towards something. We're putting that Virgo kind of effort and paying attention to details and analyzing things and trying to understand things at least more on the logic mental level a little bit more deeply, but it can definitely be something that's going on in some sort of relationship there. Now also on Thursday the 5th, right after Venus and Mars come together, we have a full moon in Aries. So this means that the sun is in Libra and the moon is in Aries because they're opposite one another in a full moon. So Libra, of course, the Libra sun is highlighting relationships and balance and harmony. And the moon being in Aries is more the subconscious energy, because that's what the moon rules, is our subconscious and our feelings and our emotions. Aries is about the self. You know, the moon in Aries is not a comfortable placement there, because the moon wants to be all loving and emotional, and Aries is very fiery and very passionate and very much about the individual and the self. But here we have some sort of emotional reaction happening, and the emotional reaction can definitely be playing out with other people because, again, the sun is in Libra. Doesn't necessarily mean romantic partnerships, but it could. It could be within our career and people that we're working with. It could be with friends. It could be with our boss. So, you know, usually this was going to be some sort of emotional reaction kind of energy that's playing out with other people that we have a relationship with. But, you know, again, we want to highlight that moon in Aries because that is the full moon energy. So we're trying to find our emotional sense of self here. You know, we're trying to be strong in ourselves and more confident in ourselves and take charge more of, you know, what it is that we desire to attain in our life or move towards in our life with that moon in Aries as it comes into that full moon state. On Sunday the 8th of October, we have two different things happening. The first thing that happens that day is that Venus, again still in Virgo, is now in a challenging aspect to Saturn. So we started out the early week on Tuesday with Venus in a positive aspect to Pluto. Now on Sunday, Venus is in what we call a more challenging aspect to Saturn and Sagittarius. So this can be feeling like, it's almost like we're holding back our sense of value. You know, we're feeling a sense of depleted value. So in other words, this can result in some sort of self-worth issues where we're not feeling enough or good enough, or, you know, whatever the enough is. So, you know, Saturn has that restrictive effect when it's in a challenging aspect. Now, this isn't necessarily reality. This is how we're perceiving our own value here with Venus. You know, we're being hard on ourselves. We're judging ourselves. We're feeling, again, restricted or limited, but we're doing that to ourselves. So all we need to do is kind of come out of that shell and come out of that judging of ourselves or being critical of ourselves and move into more of a love for ourselves. You know, that will help to kind of shift the energy so that we're more open to blessings. And I feel like there's a lesson here, though. I feel like this is occurring because of the Saturn lesson aspect. So this is trying to teach you something. You know, you're inner beingness, although it is the ego, which is having these negative thoughts, but it's here to try to teach you something. So learn what that is and move on from it, because then later in the day on Sunday, we actually have the Sun and Mercury coming together in Libra. And this is a positive aspect. The Sun is in Libra, Mercury's in Libra. Libra is about balance and harmony and equality, and again, a focus on relationships and partnerships. So I feel like there's some sort of communication that's happening later in the day. And it could be, again, on the heels of that Venus squaring Saturn. We might be feeling bad about ourselves or judging ourselves about something, or it could definitely be about a relationship where we're feeling like maybe we did something wrong or we're not good enough or something. And then later on, we might have some sort of communication with Mercury ruling communication. And again, the Sun also there highlighting that kind of mental aspect of talking to one another and sharing with one another. And it could be sharing with the romantic partner or sharing with a friend. And everything seems to kind of, I feel like, balance out and become a little bit more harmonious after that. So let's look at what our angels and guides have to say through the cards. Now, normally, if you watch my videos, you know that I usually pick 3 cards for the week. But when I chose the first card, 2 cards came out. So I asked Spirit if both of these cards needed to be looked at. Spirit said yes. So hence we have 4 cards this week. And let's take a look at what this first card is. Okay, and it's interesting that it's balance, which is a Libra key trait. You know, Libra is all about, again, the balance of the scales. This is Major Arcana number 14. In the traditional tarot, balance is associated with the Temperance card. And again, Temperance is about balance. It's about balancing energies. It's also about having a little bit of patience. Now, in this deck at the bottom, it says, take everyone's input into consideration. It says, merge viewpoints to create a better solution. Take your time, there's no need to rush. So that last sentence, take your time, there's no need to rush, I think right away of the energy we have with Virgo, with Venus in Virgo and Mars in Virgo at the beginning of the week. That is a step-by-step, detail-oriented kind of sign. So again, we don't want to rush with that Virgo energy. We want to analyze and look at the details, and we want to take things step by step so we're not missing anything. But this also seems to bring in that Libra energy, because it says take everyone's input into consideration. So I feel like we're looking at all sides of an issue. We're asking for the opinions of others and getting their feedback, which is a good thing. You know, we get each other's feedback and we kind of project to one another. We bounce things off of one another. Ultimately, we make our own choices, but we can take other people's thoughts into consideration. And this seems to be what's happening. So I feel like there's, you know, again, with this varying information that's coming in, we need to balance that, weigh the pros and cons. And again, keep ourselves balanced as well with the full moon energy that's starting to ramp up, because as we know, full moons always kind of bring an over emotional quality or aspect, which sometimes, you know, puts us out of balance. The emotional body is sometimes difficult to handle. So we need to stay in balance in all aspects here of our life as we begin out the week. And again, just, you know, look at all sides of a situation or all sides of a possible kind of decision that you might need to make. And again, there's no rush in making the decision. Let's see what that second card that came out with the first card is, and see if we get more information. The Six of Winter. Okay. And the Six of Winter, this is the Six of Swords in the traditional tarot, and it says positive changes are on the way. A welcome relief from troubled times, traveling or relocating. So this is a very positive card. So whatever's going on with that balance card, to where we have to have patience, we have to balance things out, we have to keep balanced ourselves, look at all sides of situations. I feel like there's good news on the way here. That's what the Six of Swords would mean, that there's information coming that's going to be of a positive nature. It's going to help us to move forward. It could be about travel and relocation, but it could also just be about moving forward energetically with something because of some sort of positive message or information that comes in. Everything starts to balance out because the number 6 is a number of balance, and it's followed by the first card, which actually says balance. Okay, the sign of Libra, which the sun is in and Mercury is also in, is a sign of balance. And so it definitely appears like we have some balance energies that are coming in and good things on the way. Let's take a look at the second card, or actually the third card here, and it's the Seven of Spring. Now this is the Seven of Fire in the traditional tarot deck. And the Seven of Spring says, be assertive. Don't back down from what you believe. It says courageously stand up for yourself. And you know, that fire energy, again, our full moon in Aries. Aries is a fire sign. Aries is about courage, confidence, and standing up for what you believe, what you want, what you desire, because it's the sign of the self. And that's exactly what this card is saying. Be more assertive, like an Aries. Don't back down from what you believe is right, from what you want, from what you desire. Stand up for yourself. So this is right on point as far as the middle of the week full moon in Aries that we have. And, you know, there might be still some reflection and contemplation going on because of the number 7 there. The 7 is a number of still, you know, going through this process of trying to understand things on a deeper level and contemplate things at a deeper level to figure out what is the right decision. But again, there's something coming into where we really need to like stand up for what we want and kind of take charge of that on a spiritual level. Let's take a look at the last card for the week. Okay, interesting. This is the Two of Summer, which is the Two of Cups in the traditional tarot. And the message at the bottom here says falling in love or making a serious commitment to someone. It says forgiveness and the resolution of a problem. Don't give up. Your relationship can be healed. So that's interesting. And I feel like this is definitely kind of a progression of the astrology of the week as far as how these cards are coming up. Because as I said, at the end of the week, on Sunday, we have that Venus squaring Saturn to where we're not feeling good enough in some way, or we're feeling like, you know, there might be some sort of restrictive influence in a relationship perhaps. But then later in the day, Sunday, the Sun and Mercury come together in Libra, and there's some sort of communication or conversation or insight or positive understanding of what's going on. And that seems to be emulated here. The Two of Cups is usually a card that deals with relationships, one-on-one relationships. Normally we think about this in a romantic sense, but it can be any other type of one-on-one relationship as well. And it does say forgiveness and the resolution of a problem. Your relationship can be healed. So I feel like there is something happening here, but know that with communication, you know, with sharing your deepest feelings with one another, which is the Cups suit or the Summer suit, share your feelings with the other person. Let them know how you feel, because oftentimes we feel like the other person is supposed to know how we feel or guess how we feel, and that's not always the way it works. Sometimes we need to learn to kind of share in a balanced way what we're feeling so that there can be this healing and resolution and forgiveness energy that happens. So let's take a look at your special message card depending on your stone of choice. So the people that chose the malachite, let's see what your special message for the week is. Okay, we had a bunch of cards on the bottom, but okay, let me just close my eyes and breathe for a minute. All right, so asking the angels to show me what malachite message we have, and this one's coming up, so we're going to pull this. And Shante, I am the angel of peace. I bring you inner tranquility or new tranquility and a smoother road ahead. You know, whenever I see Shante and talking about peace, I do think of Libra, because Libra is the peacemaker, and this is about peace and balance and a smoother road ahead. And so know that that's coming in whatever circumstance, situation, or relationship you're in, that is coming. And it's interesting, we have a lion at the bottom, but we also have a lamb at the bottom. And so those are almost two opposing forces. It's like that divine masculine and divine feminine energy of Venus and Mars coming together on Thursday that I spoke of. The lion, more assertive, you know, more aggressive, but can be gentle. So there's that masculine principle in its most divine sense. And then the lamb is more that nurturing and loving and just, you know, very caring, you know, gentle kind of energy, which is more that divine feminine energy. So we're really needing to balance our energies in this week if you chose the malachite. All right, for those of you that chose the citrine, this one's calling my attention. Citrine, Adriana, I am leading you towards the answer to your prayers. Please listen to and follow the steps I am communicating through your intuition, thoughts, and dreams. All right, so I love this card. This is Adriana the angel. She's leading a couple of children up the stairs. She's got a light, a torch in her hand. So she's leading the way. She's lighting the way. She's showing the children the way towards the answer to their prayers, okay? And this is exactly what your angels and guides are doing for you this week. So, you know, meditate. Listen to what they're saying. Watch for the signs through things that you read or see or hear. You'll definitely be getting some signs this week as you're being led to whatever decision that you might need to make or whatever answer that you're seeking. All right, and for those of you that chose the carnelian, this one's calling my attention. Carnelian people. Teresa, time out. It says you've been so busy taking care of everyone else's needs, but now it's time to stop and take care of yourself. This is really reminded me of the Virgo energy that we have going on, because Virgo is a very service-oriented energy, and we're often busy with that Virgo energy. We're taking care of our children, our husband, our coworkers, we're taking care of everybody else's stuff, and we're not paying attention to what our needs are. So this is telling you that it's time to take care of you. It's time to nurture you and do some self-care with you. Maybe you need extra sleep. Maybe you need some alone time. Maybe you need to go out shopping for yourself and buy yourself a gift. You know, whatever that means to you, but it's time to really focus on what are your needs. And it's not to be selfish and forget everybody else's. You know, you can still take care of other people, but make sure you're carving out time for yourself as well this week. So I hope you've liked this weekly angel card reading. Thank you so much for all of your beautiful supportive comments on my YouTube channel, on my videos, as well as on my Facebook posts. For those of you that get services through me, thank you so much for signing up. And for those of you that have been thinking about it, but haven't maybe yet, check out my services at sacredsoulempowerment.com. I would love to be able to assist you on your divine destiny path, help you figure out any solutions or decisions that you might need to make as far as moving forward. So until we meet again next week, I send you all many, many blessings of love and light.